Welcome to Maple River Sports. Today we're going to preview our 4 fall sports teams. But first, let's meet our sponsors. Maggie J's Restaurant and Bar, where fresh and flavor come together. All About the Yard. We're dedicated to helping you enjoy your lawn. Please call John at 341-8170 for a free estimate. Emerald Travel and Cruises. Without a travel agent, you're on your own. Our sports preview begins with football, and Coach Dusty Drager was able to introduce us to this fall's team.
So my coaching staff, I call them the backbone of our program, consists of Coach Adam Bibbs, has been with us for 6-7 years now, Coach Mike Suela, Coach Dan Berkner, Coach Brian Shonix on year 35, Coach Maple River football. And then we have Coach Lincoln Arndt, Steve Arndt, Casey Reuter. And then my junior high coaches also help out a lot with their high school program. So that's Colin Needhouse, Aaron Dwyer, Caleb Suela's new on this year, and Jeff Cole's back on staff. Graduated a ton of positions, especially defensively, off of last year's group. But we returned probably 2 big vital pieces in Disa Butler and Wyatt Bird to our defense. Both will be 3-year starters at their positions. Will be key contributors defensively for us. Some newcomers defensively. You're looking at Lucas Prohl will be a big one. Hayden Fox, Zach True will probably play some defense for us as well. And then the likes of Owen Barr, Adam Corder will probably stand out more than what they have in the past for us. They're kind of role players, and now they're kind of be thrown in the limelight. Offensively, Zach Trio's back at quarterback. He came in halfway through the year last year and really took the reins and ran with it. Top target will probably be Wyatt Burr and Lucas Prohl. Lucas came on the last 2 games of the season last year as a wide receiver for us and really made some good plays. Amaris Harris will be in the mix as well in the backfield and at receiver. And then Anthony Arduna, a sophomore, will see the lineup a lot, especially at tailback to start the year. So, and then offensive line, we returned 4 of our 5 starters in Adam Diesel, Carson Healy, and Owen Barr. So again, excited for that group to return 4 of those 5 guys that started in the section final last year for us. Circle the calendar. Always circle the calendar when you have Blue Earth and Lake Crystal. No matter how good or bad either team is, it's a fun game to be at as a fan, as a coach, as a spectator, as a player. Those 2 are the big ones, our big rivals. We opened the season with Triton. Obviously, we lost to Triton twice last year, so we're kind of looking to get back on the snide with them a little bit. And they're probably the section favorite. They bring a really talented quarterback back, and they're very well coached. And they have some other pieces that will give us fits as well. So it'll be interesting to see where we come out after week 1. And then the first half of our schedule is pretty tough. So we go with Triton, Pipestone, Redwood, and Blue Earth. They're all perennial powers in high school football in our area. So again, we'll be tested out of the gate, see what we're kind of made of right away. Always our goal is to get into the section final. So you get to that point of the season, you can play November football, we call it in the program. We always talk about wanting to play November football because if you get to the section final and you get lucky enough to win that game, you're in the state tournament. And ultimately, that's what the kids work for, is to play in the state tournament. Winning a state championship is something special. Yet we haven't been able to do that in our program. It would be great. But realistically, our goals are to play in the section final and have a shot to win it. We talk a lot about academics. Our crew we've had a great run of academic success within our program. So again, that's always a mention with our kids is that high, that 3.3 to 3.5, 3.6 GPA type performance in the classroom. Why do I coach? I was coached because I had a great experience as an athlete and an athlete at Maple River. I always felt our coaches gave us fun things to do, great opportunities, great life lessons. And obviously now I've grown into an adult, come back to the community, and I feel like it's a vital role in what kids need to be prepared for in the real world. So we talk about perseverance, we talk about grit, we talk about attitude and effort. I think all those things that we can teach outside of the classroom through the game of sports is a great thing. There's kids that we have that excel in athletics or sports that really don't like school, and it's a great way to get them to perform well in the classroom, keep some checks and balances for some of those kids. So all those pieces, I think, come together in some part for why I coach. I don't think there's just this one big reason why I do it. I often ask sometimes why I do it when it's the late nights and long weekends, but ultimately, um, as a coach that's been around for 10, 15 years now, when you start getting those wedding invitations, those baby notifications, all that fun stuff, when you start seeing that stuff show up, it kind of that's the reward as a coach, and that's probably what keeps me going on year 14 or 15. So ultimately, it's for the kids. Once I stop having fun with them, that's probably when I got to question it. But right now, it's a lot of fun for me on year 14, so I don't see that light at the tunnel quite yet.
At a recent practice, I was able to catch up with a couple seniors to ask about their thoughts of the upcoming season.
It's been a good training camp so far this year. Got a lot of people coming out, a lot of freshmen coming out, and yeah, it's strength in numbers. So we're pushing through it, and it's almost over.
Yeah, no, I think it's going pretty good. Got a lot more kids out here this year than we did last year. Bigger teams, like Curtis said, strength in numbers. I think it's going to be a good season here. So all summer in the mornings, we would all show up to the weight room and we'd get a good lift in every morning, and some of us would stay after. So yeah, I think a lot of us got.
Yeah,
I mean, we're ready.
We got a lot out of the morning lifting with Lincoln Arndt, and we had a lot of mini camps for like and some guys would like the skilled guys would run routes before like after lifting, and just a lot of stuff to get us a little advantage on coming into the season.
About the end of June, we always go out to Sioux Falls to Augustana University, and there's a pretty big football camp we go out to, and I don't know. I'd say we held our own pretty good with some other bigger schools. I think we played Casson and
Yeah,
kind of held our own.
for being the smallest school there, going against Casson, we held our own, and I'd say we probably beat them. And we held our own against Fairmont. They're always a tough opponent to go against when we scrimmage them. So, and I think we held our own against them too. So it was good for being the smallest school there.
Yeah, I think some of our biggest team goal here is to win the section. I mean, like every other year, but honestly, it's just going to be out there to compete and really kind of put our name out there and keep us on the map. You know?
I love to hit. Love
Yeah.
to hit people.
I don't know, really like when we get into our start to become a team here, you really start to get a bond with the guys, and it's almost, you just get your group of guys, and I mean, them are your friends, and
Oh yeah, you've been
some of your
playing
best
with
friends.
them for since the fourth grade, most of them, and it's like a family.
Yeah, sometimes you know them just a little too well though.
I was also able to catch up with the cross country team out at Daly Park to find out what to expect from their upcoming season.
Yeah, the returning team this year, we do have some strong returning runners, most notably Sophie Stencil. She's going to be our best runner by far. Probably the top girl in the section, really. Will be threatening to win the section this year. So she's gone to state for the past 2 years, and she's a freshman this year. So big things out of her. The Dahlia Schneider, Kaya Wenner, again, family history of running. So yeah, some good return, but we've also got some new faces this year, which is always fun to have. We're very young and we're rather small, but we've got a nice balance, I think, of returning runners as well as some. Looking forward to a couple of. We've got a new conference this year, so there'll be some new teams, and so that's exciting. Also, we've got a new race on the calendar this year down in Fairmont next Friday, which is early. It's early on in the season, so I mean, it's my expectations will be a little bit low just because it's so early in the season, but definitely see some good competition down in Fairmont, and again, some new faces, some new teams. Also, with the new conference, our conference meet will be up in Lake Crystal this year, so that'll be fun. The AD up there always does a nice job, and so yeah, a couple things to be excited about. And again, our section is up in at Baylor Park up in Norwood, and so that's a nice venue, and it always races quick too. It's so gratifying just to be able to work with these young people and to get up the passion that I have for running into them, and so it's lifelong, not necessarily to run competitively, although I still like to run some fun runs and stuff like that, but it's to good healthy choices and good and these kids recognize right away how important nutrition is, because if they eat poorly, it's gonna manifest itself the next day in how they perform running. And so it's just a lot of good life skills that they're developing by running and the discipline. And also, this summer I had the privilege of, and this isn't the first time, but in June I ran with one of my former runners. I ran Grandma's Marathon with him, and just that's really when it all comes together for me. And like, wow, this is really that's what this is all about: developing those relationships, and then even after high school, to get together with those kids and share something like a run together.
Assistant coach Nathaniel Keeney explained the difference between track and cross country.
Biggest differences between track and cross country coaching wise, probably just managing everything. With cross country, we've got a smaller knit group of kids, which is a lot easier to keep track of. Everybody runs, for the most part, the same race, whereas track is a lot of different things to manage, different events, different coaches, different areas of expertise. So definitely it's a lot simpler than track kind of as a whole.
After their end of practice stretching, I was able to catch up with a few of the cross country veterans.
It's been pretty fun. Running's pretty good running with the team. Everyone's really positive and it's just pretty fun. I've been running miles like 7 to 5. Yeah, it's been tough. The weather hasn't really been on my side lately. But personal, I don't know, get through the season okay. Don't get any injuries would be pretty fun. Team wise, how far we can get would be good enough with me. As long as I think we try and put a good effort in, I good with that.
I've been preparing. I've been running miles in the summer, mainly on the gravel roads. I haven't got as many as I wanted to because I ran into an injury. I had to start biking. But yeah, I've been going to run club. We have that 3 times a week. So I'd say I love the positive aspect that this team brings. And I mainly run just how it makes you feel. It kind of clears your head in a way that other things can't. My personal goal is to get under like 19 minutes and 30 seconds, and to make it in state in cross country. And I think a team goal would be to try our best and at sections to maybe get top 5.
Next, I was able to head inside for a look at the volleyball team and to talk to Coach Jackie Deering about the upcoming season.
So we have a lot of holes that we are filling this year. We lost a lot of seniors that started and played last year. So we have 2 starters that are returning this season, Allie Boning in the middle, and then Olivia Sellers on the right side. We have Addie Frank, who set for us a bit last year too, who will be a good setter for us. And then we have a lot of seniors that we're kind of trying to fill in different spots. We're looking for some of them to step up. We're excited to see what they do. And then we've got some scrappy players in the back row that we're excited to see as well. So we're still very young. We're still very fresh, trying to figure out where to put some people at so far this season. Yeah, I'm most looking forward to a brand new schedule. This will be my 7th season and we have a brand new conference. So I'm really looking forward to playing some new schools, and we'll get to play them each 2 times a season. So you can kind of use that first game to scout them out a little bit and see who their best hitters are. And then the second time, having a game plan of how you want to expose their weaknesses. So it will be nice to play some new teams like Sibley East, Lesueur Henderson. We don't usually see them. So it'll be nice to have some of them. And then familiar faces like New Richland and St. Clair, Lake Crystal, and USC. So goals for this year, I think we definitely want to be above a 500 team. We've kind of sat right at 500 the last few years. So I think for us this year, we'd like to place in the top 3 in our new conference. So that's a good goal for our team. And then to make a postseason run this year as well would be great. We are working hard. We'll set our goals as a team this week, later on Thursday and Friday. So we'll see what the girls come up with too. Why do I coach? I coach to help girls become perseverant and confident. And I want them to leave our program knowing that they can believe in themselves, but also that they're selfless people that balance out confidence as well. So we spend a lot of time in the gym, but we also spend time in my classroom. We have what's called MTV, More Than Volleyball, each day. And so we spend about 30 minutes every day talking about being selfless, playing together, integrity, different pieces. And so we kind of get out of the court and talk about who we are besides volleyball players to help our program produce girls that care more than just about volleyball.
After practice, I was able to speak to a few of the seniors about what they're looking forward to in the upcoming season.
It's fun, hard, stressful. I'm excited though.
I see this as like the blueprints of our volleyball team. Like we're all trying different combinations and like let's see this person in this position. Oh, let's put the outside on the right side this time. It's basically the buffer zone for us basically.
Yeah, no one really knows what they are until it's like finalized. So like right now everyone's everywhere. It's kind of a mess, but it's fun.
I think it's kind of hard work because you're trying to like win your spot. So you're competing against your own team to be the best.
Yeah.
So the varsity team went to Winona. So that was a camp we did, and then just weight room training and stuff throughout the summer.
Mm-hmm. And then there was lots of different like volleyball open gyms and stuff that we were able to attend and everything to get ready and warmed up just to hit off the year strong.
My goal is to be a lot more aggressive and consistent.
I say my goal is to be happy because sometimes I'm a little crabby, but you know, also as a team, I feel like we really need to stick together and be one this season because like, you know, don't get down on each other. Like honestly, let's have some fun.
Yep, and losing our seniors of last year, like it's a whole new team, it's a whole new everything. So
it's a whole new ball game.
Like just trying to rebuild.
I think sorry, go go Z.
I love how it takes a lot of individual people and just like throw them all together, and like the one thing that makes you come together is your love for volleyball.
I definitely feel like it's the people. Like a lot of people don't realize that like in football and stuff, you have the people in the stands, but then not only that, but for volleyball, we may not have as many people, but we also have people in a community coming around to support us, and it's super fun to watch like different backgrounds and stuff, and all of that come together to watch one team and be together for a night.
Yeah, I second that, but it's also kind of just fun to throw yourself around on the floor. So.
I definitely think so. For we're going to WEM for their homecoming game, and we get to leave early. And I definitely feel like we have to like be on top of it. Like that's their home turf, that's their homecoming game. And sorry guys, but I really think that we should go beat their butts.
Yeah,
I think like we should come.
Would it be to have like
to lose at their homecoming game? We're gonna get it. We're gonna do it good, and I believe in us because we're hungry and we're ready to go.
Coming off one of its most successful seasons in school history, the tennis team has high hopes. I was able to speak with Coach Leah Zern about her expectations.
I mean, obviously our goal is to win sections like we've done in the past. Well, like we want to do in the past, not like we've done. But our goal is to get to where we got, and the girls understand that it's going to require a lot of work and digging in and understanding that the discipline needs to be there this year. So I told Dusty that I'd like some harder matches this year, and being Dusty, he went for Rochester Lords, which they've been pretty much always at the team state tournament, so we're going for that one. We'll see how that goes. But honestly, like, we have a really good season of lineups and everything. Like, we start Stewartville this weekend at a tournament with two teams. That Stewartville's a great team, and we have good people that we're playing this season, and we're excited. Good. So our team this year we have a lot of veteran players. We have 5 juniors this year that have been with us since 7th grade, and just seeing the progression, they're integral part to this team. They're going to be a huge loss after senior year next year. But honestly, we had the discussion this morning of how it's not very often small schools like us get so many good players that you're sitting here going, any other team you should be a one singles player. But here I have so many good players that I don't know who should be where some days, just because they play and they work their butts off.
I was also able to ask the seniors what their goals were for the season.
Well, I think we're hoping to advance farther than we did last year.
Yeah.
So full state run with the team.
Yeah, and I think our team will put in the effort to practice, and I think we'll go pretty far.
Fun? All right.
I think the Gustavus trip that's coming up in a few days, that'll be pretty fun.
Yep.
Yeah. We play each other, and then we get to a scrimmage gun co, so